Video conferencing, interactive whiteboards. Once upon a time, that meant having a conversation with multiple different vendors. However, iiyama have dipped their toes into the unified communications market, allowing you to get all of your peripherals under one roof. I'm Louis, this is Midwich TV, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at what iiyama are bringing to market to allow you to get video conferencing and interactive hardware all under one roof. Let's rewind time and set the scene. It's 1973 and iiyama have been founded. They've started their mission to become a leading supplier of high quality displays. Fast forward to now, and it would be a true statement to say that iiyama find themselves at the heart and soul of interactive collaboration spaces. However, interaction and interactivity is only one piece of today's hybrid puzzle. Nowadays, we need to accommodate for individuals physically in the meeting rooms, as well as people dialing in remotely. Introducing iiyama's unified communications range. iiyama's unified communications portfolio is made up of 5 different cameras and 2 different speakerphones. We've handpicked some of the key components from that portfolio so we can talk you through the range. Over on my left, I have 2 of their smaller form factor cameras. Over on my right, I have their all-in-one bar. And just in front of us here, I have their large room speakerphone device. The reason iiyama have brought out 5 different cameras and 2 different speakerphones is driven from their knowledge that no 2 meeting rooms are the same. Let's take an interactive space as a first example. If you've got an interactive whiteboard in a meeting room, the last thing you want is individuals stepping up, walking to the screen and disappearing from the shot. In that space, ideally, you'd have an ultra wide angle lens to capture someone as they come closer to the screen. Moving on over to those smaller room deployments, like your huddle spaces. What you really want to avoid is deploying microphones, speakers, and cameras taking up unnecessary space. All-in-one bars accommodate this perfectly. Your microphones, your speakers, and your camera are all in one small form factor, so you aren't taking up room that you don't already have. First up, let's talk about that interactive environment I mentioned earlier in the video. For an environment like this, ideally what you need is a camera that can pick up an ultra wide view. This means individuals at the table, as well as individuals who step up to interact with the whiteboard, can be captured. iiyama have brought out this camera right here. In the front of this camera, it has 3 lenses. These stitch together to give you a 180-degree panoramic view of your meeting room. Connectivity-wise, on the back, you've got USB-A and USB-C. From a deployment perspective, there is a wedge mount just at the bottom, so you can easily pop it on top of a display, or you can pair it with the wall mount that comes in the box. On the front, it's got 2 microphones, and these microphones can pick up a 4-meter range. The next environment we're going to take a look at is your 2 to 3 person meeting space. Typically, these rooms are small, which means it brings individuals closer to the camera. To capture these individuals, you do still need an ultra wide view. iiyama have brought out this camera right here. It's a 120-degree field of view, as well as being a 4K camera. You've got 2 microphones in it for 4-meter capture range, also USB-C connectivity on the back. Deployment, it couldn't be simpler. You've got a wedge mount here so you can pop it up against your monitor, as well as underneath a screw hole for a standard tripod. Something else about this mount, it does also have a swivel mount on it. So if you need to tilt the camera to get that perfect view and angle, it's nice and easy to do so. Earlier in the video, I mentioned all-in-one style devices. These bars house microphones, speakers, and a camera. And typically they come in handy when you're deploying in environments where you don't have the real estate for, let's say, microphones and speakers on tables or the surrounding walls. iiyama have brought to market this bar right here. Inside this bar, we have 6 microphones as well as an 8-watt speaker. The camera is a 120-degree field of view, 12 megapixels, and has 5 times zoom. From a deployment perspective, it comes in the box with its own wall mount, so you don't need to worry about searching for optional extras. Connectivity, you've got USB-C on the back, and it does also have its own dedicated power supply. To interact with the camera and make sure it is framed perfectly, iiyama also give you a nice tidy remote in the box. We've looked at these three cameras individually, but let's talk about what the iiyama range shares. From an AI technology perspective, they are focused on auto framing and auto capture of individuals in the room, meaning the cameras can easily switch between presenters and speakers in the room, giving the best view for the remote participants. From an audio perspective, they've also worked on how to decipher noise from the human voice, giving crystal clear audio capture without any of those meeting room distractions, again giving the best experience to the remote participants. What I don't have in front of me right now are the two other cameras iiyama have brought to market, one of which is a 77-degree field of view camera, the other is an 80-degree field of view camera. Both of these devices are really aimed at the personal use case model, and they're perfectly paired with either a laptop or a desktop monitor, meaning you can use them in both your home and your office environment. We've talked about video, but now let's take some time to talk about audio. iiyama are bringing to market two different speakerphone devices, one of which is a 3-meter pickup radius, the other, and the one I have in front of me, which picks up a 5-meter radius. To connect to these devices, you have a few options. You can either use the audio cable in the box, the USB-C cable in the box, or you can pair this wirelessly via Bluetooth. Let's say you're pairing this with an iiyama interactive screen or a device that doesn't have Bluetooth natively. Don't worry, they've got you covered because in the box they also supply a Bluetooth dongle. These units come with 8 hours of battery life and they can be charged either via your USB-C cable on the back or, which is quite a nice way of deploying these, on a wireless charging pad. On top of the device, once powered on, you have different icons. You have Bluetooth control, you have mute control, answering call control, and you have the up and down for the volumes. From a construction point of view, I've got to be honest, iiyama have done a fantastic job with these. All you have to do is pick the unit up and you do feel like you're picking up a quality made product. It's got a nice weight in your hand, and when you pop it on the table, it also has a rubberized bottom so it doesn't just slide around your meeting room table. Video, check. Audio, check. Interactive screens, check. iiyama have now become a one-stop shop to supporting you with interactive meeting room collaboration spaces. If you want to get some hands-on time with these products, please do book in a visit to Innovation House. It's our demo facility and we will be distributing iiyama across the whole space. To get in touch, either ucc@midwich.com or drop your account manager a message. Either one will be able to book you in at a time slot. If you want to get some data sheets, head on over to the Midwich website where you can see all of that information as well as pricing on these units. All links will be in the description below, so you can go and head on over there and get all of the information you need. Don't forget though, like, comment, subscribe, and more importantly, hit that bell notification icon so you can stay up to date with all of the latest videos we're bringing out here on Midwich TV. I'm Louis, I'll catch you in the next video.